Shalom, Kal Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Kwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us His truth. And Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. The name of this lesson will be Awaiting the Event. Okay? There's going to be an event that happens that triggers the onslaught, if you will, of Jacob's trouble. We're already in Jacob's trouble. You just don't see it or feel it yet. Okay? They've been planning for a while. Now you're in the strike zone of the ambush. All they got to do, let go of this one event that it's already set up. It's just which one. They have several. They have contingencies. They have several events of which any one could trigger the house of cards falling, if you will. Here's the house of cards. Matthew 24 and 21, for then shall be great tribulation such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. We'll read it in the NLT. For there will be greater anguish than at any time since the world began. And it will never be so great again. NIV, for then there will be great distress, unequaled from the beginning of the world until now, and never to be equaled again. So, we're on the threshold of the beginning of the intensity, right, of this time period. All we need is one catastrophic event, such as a lights out scenario, a power down scenario. Okay, now part of World War III, right, which we're going to grab that real quick. Let's get World War III, which we're already in. This is Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe has passed. Behold, the third woe is coming shortly. So World War III has begun. They haven't quite labeled it that yet or declared it. I declare war, right? But we're in it, if you can't see that, right? Because the Russians at any time can begin to use nukes. All right, so we're going to go here and we're going to discuss this event. All right, so this is 14 hours ago on Marfugel News. 48-hour warning to Europe's banking system. Digital D-Day. Okay, going into World War III. World War III isn't conventional war. Just like World War I was conventional, World War II ended in atomic warfare. So that wasn't conventional for that time. That was new. Well, this is going to be even more new, right? Because we're dealing with nuclear weapons and not just one or two, but a lot of them. Okay? A lot. So there's nuclear warfare. There's what? Germ warfare at the highest level, right? There's cyber warfare, which is what we're getting into today. Can this be the event that we're waiting on? Absolutely it can. Banking system goes into the MOTB, goes into that CHIP that they want to put into you. So all of this is foreshadowing what? Jacob's trouble. All right? Where you won't be able to eat. They already have everything is set up. The famine is set up. The disease or germ warfare is set up. The sea camps are set up. Everything is already in its place. All they need now, lights out. Could this be it? Listen closely to what this guy is saying. All right? Listen closely, because this is very important. Okay, what is it? Anonymous. This group, this hacking group, Anonymous or whatever, right, has given a threat to Europe, the European banking system, and said we're going to shut everything down and we're going to do away with this word, NAZISM. Okay? It says this is not a DDoS attack. The games are over. No money, no weapons, no Kiev regime. Okay? This is the formula for the death of Adolf Schickergruberism. And it will work. Within 48 hours, we are launching this global company. Nothing will save you, and this is not a warning. I'm just informing. You have never seen such problems before. What? You have never seen such problems before. What does that go back to? That's the spirit. Let's go back to Matthew. For there will be great distress unequal from the beginning of the world until now and never to be equaled again. You will never, and it will never be so great again. What? That is the spirit. Okay? You have never seen such problems before. Let's go back. Let's go back. And it will never be so great again. You have never seen such problems before. That came right off of the out of the scriptures. Such has not occurred since the beginning of the world until now, nor ever will again. You have never seen such problems. Such as not has occurred. Nothing this terrible will ever happen again. You have never seen such problems before, nor will there ever be anything like it again. So do you see the parallel? That comes right out of the scriptures. Okay, so let's watch this. I'm going to try to keep this short. It's just a warning. It's a what? It's a warning. 48 hours, they said within 48 hours, we're going to launch a bug. We're hacking. Who was it? It was Monkeyworks was showing the hacking attempts. Maybe we'll get that if it be the Lord's will.
So if you are not aware, we'll just cover this right now. It says that pro-Russian hacktivist group Killnet, Anonymous Sudan, and Revel announced their plans to take down the entire European banking system within the next 48 hours. It says, quote, this is not a DDoS attack. The games are over. No money, no weapons, no Kiev regime. This is the formula for the end of Nazism, and it will work. It says, quote, within 48 hours, we are launching this global company. Nothing will save you, and this is not a warning. I am just informing. You will have never seen such problems before.
Right out of the
Now,
script.
this is parts of the video. Again, I don't know who owns this, and who knows, it could actually be one of these three groups. So I'm definitely not going to step on their toes. But when you actually look at the video here, it has three different groups. It has the Revel, it has the Net, and it has the third one, right? So this is odd timing considering we actually had other things come out. Now, we did get a transcript of it because I'm not going to play this. It's essentially the anonymous voice reading, three different anonymous voices reading this stuff. It says, we are Anonymous Sudan. Today we are a direct threat to all European banks.
Okay, stop right there. We are who? Okay, what happened in the Sudan not too long ago? Okay, we are Anonymous Sudan. The Sudan, let's say a month ago, Okay, we can pull it up right now. They had that situation, same situation that's going on in Ukraine, dealing with bio labs. Okay, they said that a rebel faction infiltrated and took over one of the bio labs in the Sudan. Remember that? Okay, so what is this? What's going on here? All right.
Thanks. You will soon be witnessing the most powerful cyber attack in recent history of the world. Be prepared because when we strike it, it will be too late to make amends. Many European banks will be hit, and I'll just trying to save grace here. We will hit without mercy. World has gone mad. The reason is for this is money. So like this is the one kind of odd thing here.
The reason the world has gone mad is because of the money. That's what they're saying. Okay.
If I know there's going to be a lot of people thinking, man, is this something that is maybe not what it looks like? I don't know. But it says Rebel is sufficiently familiar with the European financial infrastructure. See you soon. And then it goes over to the second one. And they basically said, this is not a DDoS. Games are over. We call on all active groups. I don't even want to say the rest of this stuff because this is going to like tag everybody that does. So one thing that is being said already is, is there going to be a bank run essentially? Dex, this is really really freaky, and in fact, 48 hours would actually mean we're talking Friday, and we've all talked about the rumors and this kind of the freaky situation of something going down on Friday. This would be all of the European central banks, right?
Right, and that sounds like exactly what they're targeting. It sounds like what they're asking and making a calling out is to other hackers to join, but they're also putting this warning out that they are doing this too. So it sounds like they're going after them. It sounds like they're not just doing DDoS as they called it. They called that out. They said this is not a DDoS attack. So it sounds like they're doing something a little bit more sinister than that, and maybe along the lines of the ransom stuff or maybe worse. Who knows? I think obviously they're looking at this from Russia's point of view, and they're saying, look, if we could take out the money, then that takes out the West, so to speak, as far as their support of UKR.
Now I noticed somebody down there is basically saying, oh, get your cash out. I don't know if that's the best idea. Depending on who is behind this and what is actually going on here, it is not a good. If everybody does go run and get their cash out, then the entire system collapses, and we are actually the cause of the problem that we're trying to avoid. So there's a balance here because it depends. It really depends on like what you actually believe is going on. I wouldn't give any kind of financial advice and say that. But again, most people that I have talked to said maybe that's the goal of this, right? Is to get people to go and to strip everything down. And then those banks not having enough to give everybody end up, in a lot of hot water, in a lot of trouble. Then they end up having something happen like what happened to Silicon Valley or to others. Dex, if this is, I wonder how big this is going to get in Europe. As far as if Europe collapses, if their banking structure collapses, the entire kind of NATO structure would be hit too, right? I mean, the U.S. would be hit hard by that as well.
Yeah, certainly. Anything that happens in Europe will have a ripple effect here, and yeah, I think you're right. It's not necessarily a run to the bank scenario at this moment. I think it's more let's see what happens because we don't know if this is legit or if this is, just big words or and what they're actually going to do and what the ramifications of that are if they do anything at all, if they even can infiltrate. That's the other question. We'll have to see. But at the end of the day, you should already have the cash you need on hand because that's part of prepping. Like part of what we tell people is, you don't run, you just make sure you have what you need to get by, on the side, like not your entire savings account. That's not safe.
No, I mean, well, it depends on what your setup is. If you're out on a ranch or something with security fences and your own army or something, then maybe that would be the best. But most people, if you're in an apartment or something, then it probably might not be a good idea.
Okay, well, we'll end it right there because I want to go look for this other thing. So, a cyber event is what they're talking about. They're talking about hitting the cyber infrastructure of the European banking system by Friday. Okay, and this could be a big heads up. Now, Friday, they say that whatever they do, or the bank run, if you will be on a Friday, right? Okay, so let's see, and I'm gonna see if I can find this because I saw it the other day and I was intrigued by that. This guy Monkey Works, he monitors all the air flight traffic pretty much all over the world. And then, he did something the other day that piqued my interest. And what he did was he showed the attempted cyber attacks. He was able to show that in real time, and it was crazy. So let me see if I can find that segment and show that real quick because you should see that, right? Especially if that's what this anonymous KillNet, Stuxnet. What is Stuxnet? Let's get that. We'll get that at the end if we can. Let me see. See if I can find this. It was. Maybe I should show what this guy does. Let's see. Okay, let's show what he does real quick. He shows the flight patterns. See, this is what he does. All these airplanes are the air traffic that is going. He has this algorithm, this system that he goes on, and he tells you what planes are doing. If it's a refueling plane to refuel jets, moving towards the battlefield or the theater of war, he'll tell you these things. If it's a helicopter, blah, blah, blah. Okay? So, let's watch a little.
To U.S. This one is headed out to this region here. We've got several that are down here along the southern Texas border. And again, don't know why they are doing that, but it is always a little bit interesting when you see them servicing, because they're servicing fighters down in that region. So let me clear out these traces that are buried into this for a second. We can get a good count. 241 is our current aircraft count over the United States right now. Again, this is live. And if we look at the TX-2s and the T-38s, I've taken 81 of them already out of our frame here. Now, the other interesting little data point for you are the H-60. Those are Black Hawks.
A Black Hawk is an attack helicopter, like Black Hawk Down. All right, anyway, this is very helpful, very interesting, because you can see if we're going to war or not, you can see that, right, if you know what to look for. This is Monkey Works US 18 hours ago. All right, you are being watched. I think he goes into satellites and all of this shit. So anyway, let me see if I can find where he was showing the attempted cyber attacks. It was very, very interesting. Let me see. That is not, now he's showing the fires. So this is you should bookmark this or subscribe to this guy because he's the information you can correlate if you're watching, like, for example, the World War III Daily Update. Let's see. Right here, okay? Now, what he's saying is these are attempted cyber attacks coming from here, going there. Coming from here, this is so-called Africa, going there. So from all of these points, they're trying to hack into these situations. Let's listen to this. I thought that was real interesting when I saw that. So I'm going to add it to the awaiting. What are we doing? We're awaiting the event. Could this be the event? Were they able to hack in and then they made an announcement? Okay, we're going to strike on Friday. Or it could be set up, from the side of the villains themselves. They could be posing as anonymous and attacking themselves, right? Making it look like, it's the Most High's movie. So let me see. Let's see what he says here.
Drop the price down by a couple, a dime or two. So anyway, just a heads up there. All right. Here's going to be, this is the Star Wars map. We're looking at Bitdefender to see what the cyber threats are coming in today. It looks like we're as always, about 8 months now, very one directional. Everybody's trying to take us down. And just wait until somebody figures how to run the AI into this algorithm, and we'll all be living in the Stone Age. Okay, for flight.
Oh, that little bit. Did you see that? These are the cyber. Watch that again. This is so relevant. What do you call it? The Star Wars map? So lock it. Bear with me. I just thought, see, that matches up. I saw this and I kind of stored it in my long term. And then I saw Marfugel come out and say what he said. And that goes right into a banking holiday, if you understand.
See what the cyber threats are coming in today.
The cyber threats. What are the cyber threats? Stuxnet. What is Stuxnet?
Just a heads up there. All right. Here's going to be, this is the Star Wars map. We're looking at Bitdefender to see what the cyber threats are coming in today. It looks like we're as always, about 8 months now, very one directional. Everybody's trying to take us down. And just wait until somebody figures how to run the AI into this algorithm, and we'll all be living in the Stone Age. Okay, for flight.
Okay, so now you understand that. Let's look at. Don't want that. Let's get Stux. UXNET. What is Stuxnet? Virus. Countdown to 0 day. Stuxnet and the launch of the world's first digital weapon. Stuxnet explained. What is Stuxnet? Stuxnet is a powerful computer worm designed by U.S. and Israeli intelligence that to disable a key part of the Iranian nuclear program. See this? This is cyber warfare. Targeted an air-gapped facility, it unexpectedly spread to outside computer systems, raising a number of questions about its design and purpose. Stuxnet, the first known cyber weapon. This guy said, let's change this to KILL. What is this? Is a pro-Russian hacker group known for its denial of service attacks to Ukraine during the 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine. This is new. So they said they were from this company or whatever, this hacktivist group. Okay? You see this? So anyway, what are we doing? We are awaiting the event. Now let's go back here. Let's type in bank holiday will start on a Friday. Let's see who has information on this. This goes back to the X-File. And this is very good information. All bank holidays on Saturday and Sunday explained. Are banks closed? Listed banks, Sunday bank holiday. Let's just watch this. I've used this before, so. So this is X-Files, Takeover of America, Charles Pearl 3 years ago. Now listen, this is foreshadowing, or we looked this up the other day on. Before we do that, let's go here real quick. And what did I type in? Oh, I went to DuckDuckGo. And what did I type in? Let me see. I had to go to DuckDuckGo to look this up. Let me see if it's still in the search bar. What did I search? I searched how these wizards, right? What? Tired of being tracked down. All right. Illuminists must inform you of their plan. Let's see where this goes. This is what I was looking at. The Luciferians tell us what they are going to do ahead of time. This is one of their laws in order to get the spiritual power on the left-hand side from Satan, the spiritual demon Satan. Let's look into this real quick. So you got to go to DuckDuckGo. Exposing Satanism and witchcraft. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Death by numbers. Do the Luciferians tell us what they're going to do ahead of time? And if so, what do they have planned next? One of the things that I learned about the elites is that they have a code of ethics. Their code of ethics is not the same as mine. We who believe the word of the Most High and the Bible, one of the facets of their code of ethics is that they must tell the world everything they're going to do before they do it. And this is where their buzzwords come in. Lindsey Williams, remember that kook? I'm sure he's dead by now. But anyway, now remember this as we watch this. How do they tell us what they're going to do with movies and TV series and songs and different things like that? Okay? So let's watch Agent Mulder.
The tentacles reach far back into the last century. But it wasn't until victories in Europe and Japan and the onset of the Cold War that political and economic conditions became perfect for actual execution. A conspiracy bigger and more secret than the Manhattan Project. More odious and far-reaching. No sooner had we defeated Germany than a new threat started appearing in skies over America. Drawn to Earth by the latest threat to extinction, the H-bomb. Explosions acting as transducers, drawing alien life forms through wormholes in spaceships using electrogravitic propulsion. Advanced extraterrestrial species visiting us, concerned for mankind and the threat of our self-destruction, forestalling our annihilation through their own self-sacrifice, and crashes at Roswell, more importantly, places like Aztec. World leaders signed secret memos directing scientific studies of alien technology and biochemistry. Classified studies were done at military installations S4, Groom Lake, Wright-Patterson, and Dulce. Extracting alien tissue. Tests were done on unsuspecting human subjects. And elaborately staged abductions in craft using alien technology recovered from the down saucers. Including human hybridization through gene editing and forced implantation of alien embryos.
Why do such a thing and lie about it? Our own government.
Your own government lies as a matter of course, as a matter of policy. The Tuskegee experiments on black men in the 30s, Henrietta Lacks.
What are they trying to do?
That's the missing piece.
But it's not hard to imagine a government hiding, hoarding alien technology.
What they're doing is they're trying to hide the truth of the Most High, who his people are, and what is coming out of the sky. Yahweh Shai, the Son of the Most High, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, is coming back to save his people and to destroy the other people that are trying to hide this. This is how they're doing it. They're trying to pull the wool over everybody's eyes. But the men of the Lord, the prophets, we know the whole story. We're trying to warn the people before it's too late. Some of them are going to get it. Most of them are not, and they're going to be destroyed. And then we're going to start the kingdom of heaven over. We're going to start the kingdom of heaven after this Satan or Lucifer's world comes to an end, which will happen with this nuclear fire.
70 years, at the expense of human life and the future of the planet. Driven not only by corporate greed, but a darker objective.
The takeover of America.
And then the world itself, by any means necessary, however violent, or cruel, or efficient. By severe drought, brought on by weather wars, conducted secretly using aerial contaminants and high-altitude electromagnetic waves. In a state of perpetual war. To create problem, reaction, solution scenarios to distract, enrage, and enslave American citizens at home. With tools like the Patriot Act and the National Defense Authorization Act, which abridge the Constitution in the name of national security. The militarization of police forces in cities across the U.S., the building of prison camps by the Federal Emergency Management Agency with no stated purpose, the corporate takeover of food and agriculture, pharmaceuticals and healthcare, even the military in clandestine agendas to fatten, dull, sicken, and control a populace already consumed by consumerism.
And I encourage you all to go shopping more.
A government that taps your phone, collects your data, and monitors your whereabouts with impunity. A government preparing to use that data against you when it strikes. And the final takeover begins.
The takeover of America.
By a well-oiled and well-armed multinational group of elites that will cull, kill, and subjugate.
Now he's going to tell you when it's going to start. It'll start on a Friday, going straight into the banks.
Happening as we sit here.
It's happening all around us.
The other shoe waiting to drop.
It'll probably start on a Friday. The banks will announce a security action necessitating their computers to go offline all weekend.
Digital money will disappear.
They can just steal your money?
Followed by the detonation of strategic electromagnetic pulse bombs to knock out major grids.
What will seem like an attack on America by terrorists or Russia.
Or a simulated alien invasion using alien replica vehicles that exist and are already in use.
You see how this is all set up? I'm going to do a breakdown on this clip itself. Whenever they say something, bring out a preset. Okay? But aliens in the backyard, UFOs everywhere, goes into exactly what he just said. We have that now, right, between less than a week ago. So from the time he says it'll start on a Friday, listen to everything that they already have going on this week.
America by terrorists or Russia.
Or a simulated alien invasion.
Listen to that. They're all ready for this.
They can just steal your money?
Followed by the detonation of strategic. The other shoe waiting to drop.
It'll probably start on a Friday. The banks will announce a security action necessitating their computers to go off.
That's this KillNet. Okay? They're warning. What are they doing? They're telling you what they're going to do before they do it. And we're showing you in the reverse process. What is the let's reverse it again. Luciferians, what do? One of the facets of their code of ethics is that they must tell the world everything they're going to do before they do it. Okay? That's what they're doing right here. What are they telling you before they do it? They did this this goes back to 01. Okay? But what are they telling you? It'll probably start on a Friday. Okay? What did Marfugel just say? Marfugel said that KillNet gave Europe 48 hours before they took down their banking system. If you take down Europe's banking system directly affiliated with the American banking system, England is the mother of Babylon the Great. Okay? So, I mean, it's all part of the same thing, right? And they're telling you what they're going to do. One more time. One more again.
The takeover of America.
By a well-oiled and well-armed multinational group of elites that will cull, kill, and subjugate.
Happening as we sit here.
It's happening all around us.
The other shoe waiting to drop.
It'll probably start on a Friday. The banks will announce a security action necessitating their computers to go offline all weekend.
Digital money will disappear,
They can just steal your money?
followed by the detonation of strategic electromagnetic pulse bombs to knock out major grids.
What will seem like
Now that was the lights out. First they attacked the banks, they attacked the money, then lights out, and then the faked second coming of Yahweh Shai. They're going straight into it. Listen.
Of strategic electromagnetic pulse bombs to knock out major grids.
what will seem like an attack on America by terrorists or Russia.
Or a simulated alien invasion using alien replica vehicles that exist and are already in use.
An alien invasion of the U.S.
They got that set up last week. Oh, somebody landed in my backyard and it was a 8-foot, 10-foot alien. Did they not do that last week?
The Russians tried it in 47.
You can't say these things.
Now, what he referred to right there, the Russians tried it in 47. He's talking about Roswell. Okay? Listen close.
You can't say these things.
I'm going to say them tomorrow.
Salaki.
Exist and are already in use.
An alien invasion of the U.S.
The Russians tried it in 47.
1947 Roswell. What was that? That was the Russians, right? It was Joseph Mengele who made up those little kids and de-shaped their bodies and put them in that craft to make it seem like. Okay, that's all on record. All right, if you know how to dig deep enough. Type in Mengele, Mengele. Type in Mengele, children, Grays, Roswell, and learn the truth about where the Grays, okay, they were experimenting with children in Nazi Germany, disforming them, turning them into these creatures so that they can fake this alien invasion over here. Because really they're all working together to make it look like the angels are something that they're not. Anyway.
You can't say these things.
I'm going to say them tomorrow.
Whistleblower.
It's fear-mongering, claptrap isolationist techno-paranoia so bogus and dangerous and stupid that it borders on treason. Saying these things would be incredibly irresponsible.
Now, see, she's talking about us. We're the men of the Lord. What are we doing? We're saying these things, and they're going to call us what?
It's irresponsible not to say it.
Woo!
Especially if it's the truth.
Woo! There you go. We can end it right there. Then shall the truth which have been so long without what? Let's get that. Let's see, where am I going to get it? Then shall the truth which have, could only remember parts. Then shall the truth which have been so long. KJV. Second Ezra 6:28. As for the truth, it shall flourish. Let's go back. Let's go to 27, 26. For evil shall be, but let's go to 27. Second Ezra's, what is it, 16? 6. Second Ezra 6 and 27. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for the truth, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which hath been so long without fruit, shall be declared. And this is what we're doing. And I guess he's representing old Mulder here. I should look up the word Mulder. It's representing us right here. Yeah, but it's about this truth. Right? Who says that?
It's irresponsible not to say it.
Especially if it's the truth.
Okay. Anyway. So, yeah. There's a time for everything in the world. What time are we in right now? Okay, let's get and guess what? Nothing is gonna stop the chaos. The chaos is coming. Let's get Daniel 12. Chaos is coming no matter what. Okay. Going back to what Stuxnet wrote, Killnet. Daniel 12 and 1, at that time, Michael, the great prince, who stands watch over your people, Israel, will rise up. There will be a time of distress, the likes of which have not occurred from the beginning of nations until that time. There we go again. But at that time, your people, everyone whose name is found written in the book, will be delivered. There we go with that language again. You have not seen that. Right? Such as not has happened from the beginning of nations until then. We'll go ahead and end it right here. Anyway, so we're awaiting the event. Could this be it? Here's Thursday. Keep your eyes open. All right? All right? I will stand upon my watch. Habakkuk 2:1, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower. All right? And will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Hey, it's going down. Right? Stand fast. Here we go. Stand ready. All right, so with that, we hope the elect will edify you, brothers and sisters. Shalom.